I want to talk about the book that I'm writing, The Fallacy of Government, and why this book is important and why I am the person who is most, I won't say qualified, but I suited to writing this book. Anybody who is an American in America today knows there's something wrong with our government. It's not functioning properly. Most people have an apathy because they feel like the government does not work for them. They don't feel like they have any influence in the government, and all they are is subjected to the whims of the government over their lives, including taxes and stuff. In fact, if you read the Declaration of Independence, the situation today is worse than it was when they declared their independence from the state of Great Britain. So what do we have to do? Do we have to declare our independence from the United States, from the Union of the States? That's a question. The flip side of that question is the Union operating today? And if that Union was operating, would we need to declare our independence from the Union? And the reality is that that Union is not operating today. It's been usurped by the elite. They formed a elite political class that is represented by the two parties that we have, and they have improperly consolidated our governing system to basically be able to control that governing system. To do what? To make policy and to enrich the rich, the elite economic class that we have in America today. Was this foretold? Well, yes, it was. Madison, in Federalist number 63, discussed this usurpation and corruption of the Senate, which is our democracy. It's our most important governing institution because it's the assembly of the states as equals with equal suffrage to reach a majority consensus of the states as a union. Okay, to do what? To make all the decisions of a free and independent state. To levy war, conclude peace, contract alliances, establish commerce, and to do all other acts and things that an independent state may by right do. So basically, they formed the Union, assembled it in Congress, in a legislative assembly, a democracy, to govern how the states made collective decisions. Okay? This is what Congress is all about. It's an assembly of the states to discuss matters of a common interest, and if they need to make decisions, then they make decisions based on a legislative process to reach a majority consensus of the states as a union. That has gone so far out of the window, it's not even possible to bring it back. But there is a solution. But before you can implement a solution, you have to define the problem. And the problem we have today is that our governing institutions are improperly assembled and they're improperly operated. Okay? So what do we have to do? We have to bring it back to where we were when we formed the union, which is the simplest form of the union, which is the Committee of the States. Madison said that the Senate would first have to corrupt itself, then they corrupt the House of Representatives. Well, no, they corrupt the Senate themselves, then they corrupt the state legislatures. Then they corrupt the House of Representatives. Then they corrupt the people themselves. And that's where we are today. The people themselves have been corrupted. We talk about the right to vote, but that right to vote, if it doesn't have a purpose, then it's just futile. It doesn't do anything. And to vote on a ballot that is formed by those that are corrupting the system only perpetuates the broken system. Okay? So we have to go back and reform the union first, which is the only way to do that today is through the Committee of the States. Because who wrote the Declaration of Independence? The states did, assembled in a General Congress. Who wrote the Articles of Confederation to form the states into a democracy in a Congress? The states did. Who wrote the Constitution of the United States? The states did. And they agreed to that participation versus compliance agreement, which gave them equal participation in the system and equal suffrage in the system. So that's where we have to go back. And the simplest form is the Committee of the States, which is one representative per state. And then once they assemble, then they can raise the system and rebuild the state legislatures and then rebuild the federal legislature. But at the same time, they can also fix policy and fix our alliances, fix all the things that are broken in our system. So this is what my book is about. It's about first, understanding the problem, and then second, how to fix the problem. And yes, the people have to work together. What Madison said was the House of Representatives, with the people on their side, can always bring it back, the Constitution back to its primitive form, which is the way it was written in 1788, unamended, to what? Assemble and operate a Congress as a legislative assembly of the states as the union. And that's what my book is about. How do we do that? And that's why it's important. Why? Because I'm an engineer. I'm a process engineer. I do complex equilibrium. And that's what equality is all about. Where do you reach points of equilibrium? And so I am well trained and understand how things work and how to fix things. And that's what this is all about. And we got to get the people involved. And that's what the book is for, to get people involved. Thank you.